Hi friends, this is Rajesh here, and you would be knowing me from the two YouTube channels that I have. One is a personal one which is under the name rajeshhattangady. The second one is my office YouTube channel under the name THiiNK, THiiNK. THiiNK channel usually uploads its videos every Thursday under the GURUGURUVAAR series, and it carries lot of videos based on investments, finance, insurances, etc. Do go there and subscribe to the channel. And my personal YouTube channel under the name rajeshhattangady has YouTube videos on my personal interest, hobbies, as well as my riding experiences on the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Many of my friends and subscribers have been asking me to do a small tutorial on making thumbnails. They really appreciated the thumbnails that I have been making, and this is my earnest attempt of showing you how I make the thumbnails. Before I start, let me tell you I have a Google Pixel 2 Android phone, as well as 4 apps which are free downloadable apps. Of course, couple of them are paid versions now, since I wanted more features out of the apps. So without further ado, let me just dive straight into showing you how to make beautiful thumbnails. For that, let us first go onto the backdrop eraser, the first app, and let me load my own photograph, and so that I can edit. This is the photograph. I want this particular photograph to be there on the thumbnail. And let me just resize it so that I can do things faster. If you have observed, there are 3 options here. One is the auto option, second one is the magic option, third one is the manual option, and I'll take you through each one of them. Let's go on to the auto option. Wherever you see plain colors in the backdrop and put the cursor there, it will automatically delete all those colors there, right? So let me just undo that. I'll show you the magic option, and the magic option, wherever the cursor goes, it will automatically delete everything. Yeah. We need to be a bit careful. See, otherwise kaan katega. Did you see that? I cut my own ear. So we need to be a bit careful while using the magic option, so that it doesn't distort our image as such. Make sure that you don't leave dots like this over here, because eventually in the thumbnail they will appear as small white dots or colored dots, and it may not look aesthetically nice. The third option is manual, wherein, let me just enlarge and show you how manual is used. I'll take the cursor and border it along the image that I want. We need to have a steady hand, and I don't guarantee that I have one. Yeah, so this is how you can delete the backdrop with using a manual option. Let me go on to the magic option and delete it faster, since it's one of the fastest options available on backdrop eraser. I can very well do with little bit of a haircut if you allow me to. Lockdown mein haircut hua nahi, so let me just. It doesn't matter, because what happens is the image is going to be extremely small on the thumbnail, so it's perfectly okay. Let me just do that a bit faster, since we have to go on to the other 2-3 apps. I hope I have done justice. Let me say done. Yeah, just enlarge and see whether you have left in 1 or 2 spots. If you observe, there is one spot here besides, and I'll just leave it there just to highlight you why did I say that we need to erase it properly. Let me just save that, and say finish. We'll go on to the second app, which is basically the PIXELLAB. This too is a free app, and let us go. And you will always find a square option here with the new text. That's a default option. Go on to the left hand top corner, say delete, and delete the object. And usually thumbnails are never square in shape, so let us go on to the right hand top side and select the three dots. We need to take the image size. By default it is set at custom 1:1. Let us press the drop down cursor and select YouTube thumbnail, and automatically the size is exported. Now this is the size. I want my image to be appearing on this particular thumbnail, so I go on to the hexagon shape in the middle of this. Select import, go on to the image that I edited, select that, and the image appears. Now this image is in a particular angle and I do not want that. Use the C to change the angle or play around with it. उल्टा लटकाना है तो उसको लटकाओ राजेश को. In case if the tutorials are not good, you can do that. But for now I can even resize, reduce or enlarge the image, and let me keep it this way. Maybe I'll want to use my image here, so let me just place it here. I have another image that I want to be inserted in this, and I'll use the THiiNK channel image and resize them and paste it over here. So this is done. Most of you would have observed that the thumbnail, most of the YouTubers do have, they have a certain white color background around their image, just to give a sense of depth or some kind of an halo. How can we do that using this? So let me just first select the image and go on to the options that are available on in the scroll bar, and there is an option called stroke. So let's enable that, and you observe that there is a white which I have selected, and I can use red or maybe purple. See the purple one. I have selected white now, and there's a thin width, the stroke, and if I want I can increase the stroke width as wide as possible. So I'll just use this. If you observe, just besides my hair strand, there are some 1 or 2 spots, white spots. Let me just first select this, and so those were the ones wherein I have not erased the area properly, so it will look a little odd, but it's okay, it is only for tutorials. Instead of stroke on the second image, let me just try out something else like a shadow. Let me enable that and use white again, and the shadows of course come in X and Y axis, so I can take it from the right to the left or from the bottom to upwards, wherever I want to. Let me just keep it almost straight and maybe blur the backdrop to the maximum. Select this and save this as an image. Save it to the gallery. Now that you have seen that both of these things have been done, but what we observe is that the green backdrop is something which I do not like. I would want to change the background color and maybe change it into something better. Let's go on to the icon which is besides the hexagon. Let me select that and select transparent. Voila! The entire backdrop gets erased. In terms of color, let's select the color, maybe fluorescent green or red or maybe blue or orange, maybe gray, whatever color that I want, I can select them. In case if I am looking at the gradients, right from the black we have many gradients, the blue, greens, maybe the blue and a little bit of pink, maybe this. Let me know in the comments box which one do you like most, and we might as well as use them. So let's be a little bolder and try out something which others have not tried. Let me take purple and select this and say save as image and save it to the gallery. Now that we have done that, let us go on to the third app, which is basically Canva, which is basically your Canva app. Yeah, let's click onto Canva. Canva has got a lot of options. They have got preset options in terms of Instagram post, Instagram stories, Facebook posts and all that, but we are specifically looking at having the YouTube thumbnail. So let's select that. Having selected, go onto the blank option and tap onto something to start editing, and the image comes right there. Let's select that image and it comes up. I was specifically looking at inserting a YouTube logo onto the thumbnail, so I'll go onto the right hand bottom side and click onto plus, go onto illustration and say YouTube, and let's see these YouTube these are some of the icons which are available in Canva, and if you have observed, some of these images have a crown on them. Those are only for paid options, paid versions. I'll use one of them and I'll just resize them to my liking and reposition them in a place which I feel will look nice. Yeah, so now that I have placed that, let's add a little bit of drama to it. Go on to illustration, say lines, and maybe add something like this, some texture. Maybe let's do that, and no, I think I overdid that. Let's again select. Yeah, so I have placed that, and in case if I want something more, I can always do that, something like this. I can put in whatever that I want. I can put in this image here. There are a lot of options that you can play around, but for now I will leave it at this. Let me save this image here, save as image, and it will start preparing and saving the design for me. And we go on to the last app. Now remember, we have created the thumbnail, but without the text onto the thumbnail, it's basically difficult for the subscribers or the viewers to understand what that video is all about. So let's go on to the last app, which is your Snapseed. So let's tap and get into Snapseed. Let's go on to the image that we just had created, and let's go on to the tools option. Go on to the tools option, and there are many options. You can always keep experimenting. We will go on to the text first. Double tap onto text, and let's name our thumbnail as thumbnail tutorials. Yeah, so you observe that this is in a particular font, and in case if I want a bolder font, in case if I want a bolder font or maybe some other font, I can always select them and use it. The most commonly used font by YouTubers is this one. Yeah, so let me just, with the help of my fingers, reduce the size a bit, twitch it a little bit, and reposition it wherever I want it to appear. Let me just put it here and tick mark. If you have observed, this particular text is in pink color. I am planning to add one more text, made easy, isn't it? Haven't I made it easy for you? Do comment in the comments box. Again, in case if I want to use maybe black, I can select. There are a lot of colors in the palette, but I'll retain made easy and I'll retain them in the font that I want. Let's select this font and keep it this way. Alright, so let's export this and say save, and let's see how the thumbnail appears. And this is how our thumbnail will appear on our YouTube channel. Isn't it as simple as it gets? Just 4 apps, all the 4 are free apps with the help of a mobile. Within minutes, maybe around 5 to 10 minutes or maybe 12 to be precise, we were able to make a thumbnail. It again depends upon your creativity. You can do lot of experiments through these 4 apps and you can make beautiful thumbnails. Let me know how did you like this particular tutorial. Have I made it simple for you, as the thumbnail actually tells you that thumbnail tutorials made easy. Have I made things easy for you? Do let me know. I'm sure you would have some questions. Do shoot them and write them in the comments box, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Do remember, I'm not an expert. I have learned this through trial and error, and I'll try and attempt sincerely to answer all your questions. Do give it a like and subscribe to the channel in case if you have liked this video, and do share this video with everybody who makes YouTube videos. It will do a world of good for them, since it will attract a lot of subscribers to their individual channels. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Rajeshhattangady here, and with a promise of bringing in yet another video soon. See you soon. Bye.